Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson, and tonight we're talking about a guilt-free pantry and stockpile. What do I mean by guilt-free? Well, stay tuned and we're going to chat. So what do I mean by a guilt-free pantry and stockpile? This is something I struggle with all the time. I don't know about you. Now, everyone's life is different. Everyone's budget is different. So I want to talk to the general population, male, female, married, single, children, without children, whatever the case might be, any age. Here's the scoop. Most people, in general, live a busy life. Now, I work full-time, 9 to 5, outside the home. You've heard my story. I have disabilities in my home. 2 adult people in my home with a disability. I take care of, I wouldn't say take care of my mom, but yeah, I guess I take care of my mom. I take her shopping couple times a week, or we pop over. So in a sense, I'm helping to run 2 households. You add all that up and just normal things of life. You got to go grocery shopping, you got to do laundry, you got to do this, you got to do that. As I was looking in here, guilt-free pantry, guilt-free stockpile. What does that have to do with everyday life? Well, here it is. How many times do we feel that we have to have the perfect meal? I'm living a life of I'm too busy to worry about the perfect meal all the time. What I do need to have is a meal all the time. Does it have to be perfect? No. Let me give you some examples of things. A lot of people give canned vegetables a bad rap. I think they're great. They're quick, they're easy, they're cooked, you just warm them up. Now, I'm not saying microwave everything because I don't think that's the route to go. But if you only have a microwave or you only have a minute, you can microwave your canned vegetables. Give this one a bad rap. Here's the thing. Mixed green beans, no salt added. I look at the ingredients. It's green beans and water. Okay? No added anything. It is what it is. Is it healthy? The best green bean you could do is grab it off, snap it off the branch, snap it off the plant, and eat it raw, guilt-free. You don't have time to cook. You've been doing life. Life took over. It's now dinner time, whether it's yourself or your family. Listen, even if you're a family of 1, how many of you feel guilty about, we're a family of 3. Really, a lot of times it's 2 of us eating, my husband and myself. My son will do his own thing. And I'm like, I just don't feel like cooking. I worked all day. I'm so tired. Come home with a headache, or, maybe it's a snowy day outside, or it's really a hot day outside. Weather can affect you and you just can't get into it. A can of raviolis. What is wrong with a can of raviolis? There's nothing. This one happens to be beef in pasta sauce. You got some meat, you got your carbs. You can pair that up with a can of green beans with no salt added. You can pair that up with a salad. You can do some roasted carrots or broccoli or something like that in the air fryer or in the oven if you wanted to add a fresh vegetable. These are things that you can feel guilt-free about. Another thing, if you want to kind of jazz it up a little bit and maybe have something a little bit healthier, I picked these up from Thrive Market, plant-based chili. So if you want to have something that you feel like, I don't want to be too, these stuff like this, have in here, what can you do with this? You can add things to this and make this a great meal. Canned meats. This one happens to be canned tuna. You can make tuna casserole. You can make tuna burgers. You can make a tuna sandwich. You can do tuna salad, tuna right over a green salad. Canned meat, nothing wrong with that. Something like this, and I know I'm going to get people say, you can't eat that. Yes, you can. Hamburger Helper, they have tuna helper. I didn't like the salad. I think they have Suddenly salad or something. I don't like that one. But these things are fantastic. Now, I do homemade Hamburger Helper. I like it. I think it tastes so good. This, to me, can be a lot of very salty and a little too cheesy for me. But what can I do to kind of bring it up to the next level? Well, you can add stuff to it. You can add maybe some white beans to this. You could add some green beans to this with the white beans. You can add, leftover vegetables that maybe from the other night that you had in your refrigerator. Throw them in there. You can do other things with this and not just say, well, I'm just making this. Now listen, I talked about every budget. You might only be able to afford this and a little bit of meat. If that's all you have money for, you will survive. You're not eating this breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the rest of your life. You're making a meal here and there with something like this. I think so many times we put guilt on ourselves of, I have to have fresh, I have to have this, I have to have that. Now, 5 years ago, let's go back 5 years ago, things were a little bit more affordable. We can do those things a little bit better than we can now. Fresh vegetables are not cheap, especially if you want to go organic. That would be great if we can all do that, but some of us and some of you are on a really tight budget. Some of you are on a fixed income, maybe on Social Security or maybe retired. Money only goes so far. Something like this, though, you can make this and you can add your fresh vegetable, or you can add your canned beans and canned vegetables to this, whatever you want to doctor this up with. This makes a lot. So if you're a family of 1 or 2, this makes a lot. Make it, have it for dinner tonight, maybe save it, and maybe not the next day, but in 2 days, have some for lunch and freeze the rest. So again, those nights where you come home, or the days that maybe you're home and you've been doing stuff all day in the home and you're just like, I'm not into it today. Maybe you have a health problem and you just can't always get the energy to do stuff. Having something like this pre-made in the freezer from weeks ago. Oh, I've got that hamburger helper I made. It's in the freezer. Whip that out. Maybe make some homemade biscuits. My 2-ingredient biscuits, heavy cream with your flour. Canned biscuits you can pop open. Crackers, anything like that. Plain old piece of toast. Have that with this and you can grab and go with that. Some other things, let me put that aside here. Another thing, there's nothing wrong with getting the sausage gravy in a can. I like doing the homemade sausage and gravy. I love doing that. I don't always have the time. There are times where, I'm off 2 days a week. I work 5 days. And those 2 days are my 2 days. I would like to sleep in one day and maybe one day relax a little bit. But if I have to get up and then go right to the stove and whip up this meal for myself and my husband, today I wanted to relax. I just get a can of those biscuits and pop them open, or make the homemade with the 2 ingredients so they're not too involved, and then open a can, warm it up, and we're good to go. It's a nice meal. Good cup of coffee on the side or a cup of tea. It's a decent meal. If I don't want to do biscuits, we've done toast plenty of times. With this, scramble some eggs if you want to have eggs on the side. Have some fresh fruit with that. This is a guilt-free breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Some other things I wanted to show you. Canned soup. My friend from Jan from New York City Saves Money loves tomato soup. Add this and pair this up with a grilled cheese sandwich. You don't have that? Just get some crackers out. Crackers and butter are a great way to go with some tomato soup. The tomato soup is very healthy. It'll fill your belly. On a cold winter's night, it might be the perfect fit for you. Okay? Now, with this being said, these are a little bit more pricier than buying a box of pasta of something like this. Okay? A lot cheaper, but if you want to keep a few things in your stockpile that will help you, get something like ready-made pasta. Other things, can you keep instant rice? You don't have time to make rice, you can't be bothered, get some instant rice. Jiffy cornbread, the best cornbread out there, right? Have this, pair that up with, hang on, where did it go? Here it is. With your plant-based chili, you got a nice meal, right? You got a nice meal right here. We don't need to feel guilty about opening a packaged product or a canned product to make ourselves a meal for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Canned and boxed items are more affordable. Canned and boxed items have a longer shelf life. If you're building a stockpile, you obviously want things that are going to last a while that you can store away. Canned goods can store for years. Boxed goods, not as long, but can last a whole lot longer than getting fresh items. Now, I'm not saying we're not eating fresh fruits and veggies. Absolutely, we need those as well. But there are some days and some nights, whether you just need a break in life or you've worked really hard and you're exhausted, you just need to know, don't feel guilty. You want to have balance in life. I tell you all the time, my husband says in everything we do, we must have balance. He's absolutely right. Balance would include fresh fruits and vegetables. Balance includes you exercising and drinking plenty of water and taking your vitamins, getting a good night's sleep, and living a healthy life. That's balance. But in amongst all of that, having a guilt-free pantry of having convenience foods that are going to keep you at home in the kitchen and not buying takeouts or not having to go out to a restaurant, to me, that should be a choice, not a need. I don't have to go and get takeout because I have nothing quick and easy. I want to get takeout because tonight I feel like having takeout. But fill your stockpile and fill your pantry with canned goods and boxed goods that on a quick minute notice, you can make yourself a delicious meal that you can enjoy that is healthy. Pair it up correctly with different things that you can do that you're eating a healthy meal. Listen, if all tonight you could afford is a 54-cent can of green beans, you're going to be healthy because you've eaten green beans. There's no salt added. If that's what you can afford tonight, if that's what you can afford not only financially but afford with time, eat your can of green beans. You will survive until the next meal, and then maybe you can eat something a little bit different with a fresh something. Hope that you enjoyed the suggestion of feeling free and having the freedom to say, I'm going to be guilt-free with convenient foods in my pantry and stockpile because it helps me, it relieves the stress, it's quick and easy, it's convenient to go to, and it's affordable. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Love to chat with you below, and we'll catch you all on the next video.